Hey friends. So I seen a Reddit post today. Ignore this. I didn't lay it down. I tried to hurry up and press it real quick and I didn't lay it down. So if it's distracting, I apologize. Yeah, so I seen a Reddit post today and the young lady was talking about that she got her first bad review today. So I wanted to go over the Reddit post and give my 2 cents and hopefully be able to give some advice to my beginner stylists out there because it's if it hasn't happened to you yet, it will happen. So the title of the post is First Bad Review. How do I cope? So the review was such and such is a lovely person, and I hate to be critical, but the haircut I got, which took over an hour and a half, is very far from what I asked for and is not well done. The amount of layering, which I didn't want, is greater on one side than the other. The overall look is choppy and misshapen. I was asked by an acquaintance today if I hacked away at my own hair with children's safety scissors. To be frank, I'm somewhat embarrassingly quite upset by how I look now, so I won't be returning to the salon in the future. And of course, they only gave her 1 star. So she said, "Hi, I'm a 20-year-old female, and I've been a working hairstylist for a year now, and I've gotten all 4 to 5 star reviews. I'm super realistic with my clients, and I always get a mentor to check with me and my client whenever we're uncertain about something." Excuse me, with the clear in my throat. I'm under the weather, and it's I've been trying to manage it, okay? And if you hear any background noise, once again, I apologize. Um, Construction is happening still. Okay, so she said, like, if we aren't sure about what formula, if we should do highlights or lowlights or both, how much of a result we can get, if I think there's a corner in my haircuts I just can't see, or if any mentor is around and they have a second to just double check if I'm correct. I am not afraid to ask for help. And I've been blessed with the best salon ever, so they're always helpful and genuinely happy to help me. So I'm always super thorough and always ask clients questions too. Do you feel there's any heaviness here? Would you want a bit more texture here? The picture you showed me has a different hair type than you. Let me grab an iPad and let's look on Pinterest to see if we can get a better visual for something that we can achieve today. It could be my paranoia, but I always make sure that we're all good. Let me stop and say that I love that. I think that things like that is what makes an amazing stylist because you'll only get better by consulting with your clients. You'll only get better if you're asking those type of questions. I know that some stylists don't like to client education is lacking in our industry right now. And there are some clients that just be like, "Girl, just do my hair. I don't care about all of that." But when you are running it by clients, hey, this is what's going on, or when you're letting clients know that, hey, because of your hair type or hair texture, this may look a little different than the picture that you sent me. It gives the client, like she was saying, it gives them a realistic idea of what to expect. Um, it's almost like the same idea of like when you look on Fashion Nova and those girls are clearly shaped a certain way, and so in your brain when you're buying that outfit, you're not consciously thinking that I'm not going to look like this when I put this outfit on, right? So that it's kind of the same thing. A lot of clients, when they sit down in your chair, yes, it'd be great if they can get exactly what they're showing you, but they are very flexible when they can't get that. And that's just me speaking from experience. So I do really appreciate that she is in a salon where she has mentors and she can fall back on her mentors and say, hey, this is what the client is looking for. This is what I'm trying to do, but I need help. That is amazing. That is so, so dope because you're not going to know everything out the gate. Like I tell people, there's times where I will still refer back to my Cosmo book. I have an aunt in the industry. I'm one of those people that does kind of rub shoulders with people, and I will ask for help, or I will say like, "Hey, like one of my cousins is literally like one of the best blonde hair specialists I know when it comes to black hair." And when I don't know something, I will reach out to her ASAP. I'm not going to just experiment and try to figure it out. Um, so I think that that's really dope. So she said, I had a client on Monday. She showed me a picture of a bob, but the ends were super thin and the texturizing made it so it was super round. Basically, picture a shaggy bob, except the layers are all flattened down. I told her we would have to texturize a lot, and she said she wanted lots of texturizing. Thin the shit out of it. Do whatever you gotta do. And I was very honest, and I told her a lot of hair would have to come off since she has very thick hair. She was so happy, smiling, thanking me, tipped me $20. Then I got this review today at 8:50 the day after. Also, it was only an hour and 15 minutes for the cut. How do I cope? I'm so used to positive reviews, maybe a 4-star with small critiques every once in a while, and I make sure to make a note and improve on it for their next appointment. I'm so scared to come to work tomorrow. I know my coworkers are sweet and will offer education if I ask for it, but what if my boss, who just bought the salon in April, has never ever had any experience in the beauty industry before, and has also showed she has no idea how stuff works in the salon, gets upset and angry with me. I literally just earned a promotion from my work. What if they take it away? Sorry, I know I'm being dramatic, but this place gives me a place to vent. Okay, so I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. First and foremost, when she said, how do I cope? I think that we all have to remember that none of us are perfect and we cannot please everybody. It's funny because for myself personally, I feel like those appointments where I went above and beyond and I feel like I put my foot in it are the ones where my clients are not pleased, if that makes sense. Like, for instance, I've had clients where they'll ask for a braid service, right? I'll do the braids, they love the braids, but they maybe I left out too much hair for baby hairs or something like that. It could be something, sometimes it's something really, really small. Sometimes what I've also learned is the client is pleased, but to them something is off. I've also had that happen where I show a client I'll give the client the mirror and I'll show them and they'll go, it's okay. And I'll be like, okay, what do you mean what's okay? Like, what is it? Is there something that you don't like? And sometimes they can't verbalize to you what it is. Another thing, there are also clients, I seen this on, I think it was excuse me, either like Instagram threads or something like that. But one of the clients was saying like that they don't like their hair when it's first done. They like it when it's a little old. So sometimes there are clients that don't like the new hair look immediately. Sometimes it takes clients a little while for a hairstyle to grow on them, especially if they're trying something new. So I will say the way that you cope is if you know that you are doing everything that you can possibly do to please your customer, if you know that you have given 110%, baby, there's nothing else that you can do. You just have to take that one on the chin. You're not going to always get a great review. Everybody's not going to always be happy with you. That's just what it is. Matter of fact, okay, I'll tell you guys a story. I had actually a friend. This used to be a friend. And she booked an appointment. She booked an appointment for a full weave with bangs, meaning that it was like the handmade closure at the top, and she had like the Chinese bangs in the front, right? She booked that appointment. She was so freaking excited about the appointment. We did her hair. We was actually supposed to go out that night. We did her hair. She loved her hair. She thought it was so cute. She was all on Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. She was giving it up to the camera, right? She literally texts me was it the next day? I think it was the next day. Yeah, because we went out and everything was everything. And everybody was like, oh, your hair's so cute, yada, yada, yada. We went out. No, she texted me the next day after we went out and was like, oh, my boyfriend saw my hair and he hates it. And I was just like, okay. Like, I said, and I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, why are you telling me that? But maybe you're telling this to me as a friend, maybe not as the hairstylist, right? So I asked her, I said, well, why doesn't he like it? Like, what is it that he doesn't like about it? And she was just like, he said that it looks like a wig. He said it looks too fake. Like, he can't see my scalp. He doesn't like it. And I was just like, okay. I said, well, are you telling this to me as your friend? Or are you telling this to me as your stylist? And she was like, well, I just think we should do something else. And I told her, okay, like, we can do something else, but I'm going to have to charge you again because you're making me redo something that you yourself had no problem with. Like, you're not saying there's anything wrong with my work. You're not saying that maybe a track slipping or your bangs are crooked or whatever. You're literally just saying you want a new hairstyle because your boyfriend doesn't like it. So Obviously, they didn't put a picture in the Reddit review of the client, so I can't speak on that. But, excuse me, if the client's coworker spoke on it, that may possibly be what made them second guess, like, do I like this? Is it actually, do I look like somebody just hacked it? It could be that too. A lot of the times, outside influences will make you look at these things differently as well, and that could be the case. And understand that this is your first bad review, baby. It's not gonna be your last. It's not. There's people. I got a bad review from somebody because they said I didn't talk to them enough. And I remember this client specifically because I was pregnant with my youngest son. And when I greeted her at the door, I did the same. Good morning. Hey, how are you? Yada, yada, yada. I did all of that, right? And she asked me how I was. And I said, I'm doing fine. I said, I'm dealing with a little morning sickness this morning, so I am a little nauseous. I said, if I don't speak much today, it's not you. I just don't feel well. Literally told her that. She went on Style Seat, y'all, and was like, she didn't want to talk to me. She had a chip on her shoulder. She seemed like she had an attitude with me the entire time. And was like, if she didn't want to do my hair, all she had to do was say that. And it was just like, that's okay. Like, certain things you can't even argue it down. You just gotta leave it where it is, and you just gotta take that L on the chin. That's it. That's all that is. So, I also understand where she said she's scared to come to work the next day because while her coworkers will help her, she's afraid of upsetting the owner of the salon, which I totally understand. Yes, obviously businesses thrive on great reviews, but obviously, like I said, a bad review is not, everybody gets one. Everybody gets one. It's literally all in how you handle this going forward. So I'm not exactly sure who's in charge of responding to the reviews, but if it was me, I would make it a point to respond under the review and just say, hey, such and such, I'm so sorry that you're not happy with, sorry. I'm so sorry that you're not happy with your hair. I, when you left, yada, 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 yada. I would love to fix this for you if possible. Whatever the case is, just be empathetic and sympathetic. One of the things that I've learned that not only clients but potential clients respect and appreciate is when we empathize with them and we don't client blame. It's really easy in our industry to be like, well, this is what you wanted. Half the time they don't even know what they want. Let me just tell you. They can send you a picture and you can say you want it like this, and they'll be like, yeah, but I want this, and this. They don't always know what they want. But what I've learned is the best way to go about it is just to empathize. Empathize, apologize, and let them know that, like, hey, I'm actively working on improving my cutting techniques, whatever it is that you need to say to pacify them and make them feel appreciated. Like I said, we talk about this a lot on this channel when we talk about like the back end operations of this industry. But a lot of the times clients just want to be heard. They just want to be heard and they want to feel like you care about them. Yeah, so that's the end of that one. You guys let me know if you have any suggestions yourself. If you are a client and you have 2 cents, I would love to hear from you as well. That's all I have for you guys today. I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.